Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Straight Arrow Adventures, and we are going to one of my favorite places to recreate. And I mean hunt, fish, ride, hike, Mammoth, California. We are going to head on up there. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm looking for that last thing. There's always something. The last thing that I can't find that I want to put in the truck before we boogie out of here. But I'm going to keep looking for it. Let's go.
All right, so when I come up to Mammoth, I don't carry all of my water in my RV. What I do is I come up to the water department and I pay $10 and I load up my water there. Correction, you only have to pay to dump. Even better. But let's make sure that we're clean about it and we take care of it so that it'll stay open. But it's super convenient. I'll dump on the way home. I just come by here, I dump my dump, and then I boogie on down the hill. It is at the college exit if you're going into Mammoth Town, which is basically the first real exit. You'll have to cross back across the left to go to the what would be south side of the road. But yeah, good option.
Dispersed camping on BLM land. And this is any BLM land across the nation. It doesn't have to be where I'm at right now in beautiful Mammoth Lakes, California. It's anywhere that there is BLM land. You can camp on it for 14 days, and after 14 days you have to move, and you have to move within 25 miles or at least 25 miles away from where you were.
You can turn off the 395. I'm looking at the southbound or the northbound lane right there, and you can head to the east and go back there and camp. Beautiful, lovely. Or you can head west and go out into that side and camp. Either way, it's a great choice. I've been in both sides and there's great campgrounds.
Dispersed camping will look something like this, where you're going to come in off, this is the Mammoth Scenic Loop, and you're going to pull into a spot that looks like this and then drive down the road through here and come up into the trees. Now, dispersed camping does mean that you're camping without any hookups whatsoever. Nothing. Not a darn thing. And it can be very quiet. The noise that you hear right now is just the noise of the bugs, and I love that. Cicadas and wind, basically. But my advice is, if you roll out, there will be mosquitoes in the evening. Bring plenty of water, and proper food storage is important. There aren't a whole lot of bears out in the dispersed land. You get those more in the campgrounds, actually, up in Mammoth. But you do want to be smart with your food, store wisely, and keep it clean. And there are no bathrooms, so you're going to have to take home what you bring out. So just make sure that you're set up to do that. And you can camp in a tent, you can camp in a trailer, an RV. You're just going to have to be mindful of your surroundings and where you can get to and how you get in and how you get out. All the normal camping stuff. Now, if you've never heard of Mammoth, California, where you've been, but it has so many things that you can go and do. You can go and check out Rainbow Falls, Devil's Post Pile. You can go to Mammoth Mountain. It's at 13,000 feet. There's a gondola ride that you can take it up in the summertime, and in the wintertime, this place is a winter wonderland for sure. There's a lot of geothermal activity, so you can go into some of the hot springs that are around here. You can go to June Lake, Mammoth Lake, Mono Lake. The things are endless that you can do up here. Hiking, camping, fishing galore. I highly advise coming to Mammoth. It's been my favorite place and for over a decade and a half. And what is one of my videos out in nature but to have a post or a segment that's dedicated to this. Clean up after yourself. Now, if you get up here, you might notice that, and you might see in the background of this shot here, that there's blue paint on a bunch of the trees. Here, we'll walk over to one. The exciting action cam and the blue trees. What does that mean? Well, it means that those trees are going to be cut down. See, this is a working forest. Basically, they log in this forest, and they do it selectively. I'm a little disappointed that they don't cut down the dead ones, but I guess you got to leave some of the things up. But they're not going to cut every tree, but they do cut a lot. And that's okay, because if you look at the ground in here, there's not much on the forest floor. 2 reasons. 1, there's not a lot of sunlight. Plants need sunlight to grow. And 2, this pine thatch that's on the ground, it's thick. Nothing can grow in that, really. I mean, not much. There's a little bit of grass in here, but not much can grow in it. So they have to thin the forest every now and then to be able to have native grasses and bushes and shrubs grow for the wildlife to be able to, continue their natural cycle. So part of logging is to help preserve the forest, and that's what they do here. I've been really impressed by the Cal Fire, like I said before, and this is what we need to see more of, is selectively thinning the forest so that it doesn't get choked out by the pine thatch on the ground. The problem is that if it gets super thick, that's where you'll get these massive fires. And so I'm walking down the road, and I'll show you what one of the campsites looks like, but this is the road. It's doable in a car. I see plenty of cars come down here. So if you're in a car well, I've also seen a motorhome. You should be able to handle the road. There are a wide variety of spots out here and what they look like. Some are big and deep where you can really back in and get a bit off the road. But I would say scout it. Okay, when you pull in off of the road, if you've got a big rig and truck, long trailer, or a motorhome, it's not a bad idea to get out and go walk down a road and look and see the spots and see where you can fit, because some of these things you won't be able to get to. And you might be wondering what a campground might look like when you're dispersed camping, and it's pretty simple. You're going to see a road. That road might lead to a little something like that. That is one of the many sites that you can come and camp in, and you'll just pull in and camp. If you're in a tent, you can go into the woods. That's perfectly fine. You can pull your vehicle right there, walk into the woods, set up your tent. If you have a trailer, you can pull into something like that, and there are a wide variety of spots out here and what they look like. Some are big and deep where you can really back in and get a bit off the road, but I would say scout it. And one of the things that you might run into out here dispersed camping is people living out here. There are people doing that now. And so the law is that they can be in the same spot for 14 days. After those 14 days, they have to drive 25 miles away from wherever it was that they were at for 14 days. And then they can camp there for another 14 days. And after those 14 days, they can come back to that same area. Does everybody abide by that? No. But they're out here. So my words would be just to respect their humanity, let them do their thing, and you do yours. If you see a camp with a bunch of stuff at it and nobody there, there's somebody there. Respect the stuff, leave it there, and find another spot. And where we began. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and get out there and enjoy your adventures, dispersed camping or campground. We'll see you out there.